This box that arrived today is the cheapest cornet that you can buy brand new. It costs just 57 US dollars. It may not be a worthy musical instrument, it may just be an instrument shaped object, but that is something we are going to investigate. Now, I bought this off eBay. It arrived actually pretty quickly. It only took a couple of weeks to arrive, which is not too bad. The auction description has a number of very brave claims in it that we are going to be testing, such as this is a fun yet serious instrument. It features our fast and smooth valve action and easy to play airflow. It says this horn is totally gig ready. It also says ML bore and larger bell flare makes this a great all-round pocket trumpet, so I'm not quite sure now what I've ordered. It also says the valve ports are straight through with no humps in them whatsoever. So there's just a number of claims there that we have to investigate. So what I'm going to do is take my knife to this and see what is inside here. There really is a bad smell with this box. It smells as though it's been dragged through a dog's kennel before it was sent to me. But oh, wow, that smell is overwhelming. I have sliced into the bag, and there is a sarcophagus of bubble wrap inside. Oh! Right, here we go. I can't really narrate a video with a respirator on. And you're probably thinking I'm just being silly about the smell. It is actually very whiffy. I may need to put a peg on my nose and continue the video like this, but we'll see. What I am going to do, however, is just put some gloves on because it's not right. Something's not right here. So we'll take the plastic off. There's something wrapped in the bell. This will be the mouthpiece, I suspect, which is wrapped in newspaper. Oh, the mouthpiece. That's just insane. That's awful. This is the instrument here. It is claimed to be gig ready. I can't really read what's stamped on there. Perhaps some of you can. But let's have a look at these valves. Need some pliers. But before I try and pull these valves to pieces, what I'm going to do is just see if I can push them down all right. They do function. A bit of noise. That sounds awful. Let's try to loosen that. Oh. So there were a couple of claims that this description made of these valves, such as that they're free-flowing, very smooth, precise, and that the ports through them, oh, this is the worst thread I've ever seen, and the ports through them have no bumps. And I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute once I've got this undone. This is the valve. It is supposedly yellow brass covered with Monel, which is a metal alloy. According to this, according to what my eyes see, there is absolutely no coating whatsoever. This is just a simple yellow brass bell. A yellow brass valve. Furthermore, the valve is stamped 34. It's the first valve and it's marked 34. Let's have a look at this in detail. Remember, this is a fun yet serious instrument. So when we talk about ports, we're talking about the pathways through the valves. And it's often a a challenge for some manufacturers to make sure that the pathways through the instrument are as round as possible and without bumps. Often on decent instrument the pathways will intercept each other somewhat and you have all these ridges through them. And so what this instrument claims to have is completely uninterrupted pathways. And if I look at this one down the bottom, that one is perfectly round. The workmanship around the edges is abysmal, but it is perfectly round. The other ones, on the other hand, well, this one goes from here through to this side. You might be able to just see through it. That one looks awful. And then there's this one here, which, again, it isn't round, but it's not too bad. But if we look carefully just up in here, you can see that these pathways don't appear to have actually been soldered to the surround of the valve. They seem to just be dumped there. You can also see the scratches of the surface of the valve, so this is just disgusting. And if we see the bottom of the valve, it looks like somebody has chopped that using a tin opener. I shall put some good valve oil on it. Interestingly enough, the valve oil cost about half as much as the instrument did, but I should put some on there and see if that makes a modicum of difference. The main tuning slide, you can tell they haven't bothered to clean this since it was made. There's all sorts of debris and cloth and dust and lint and stuff around it. It hasn't been lubricated in any way, shape or form. The first valve, that is the shortest first valve tuning slide I've ever seen, but that's the same state. And the third valve, again, that's the shortest third valve tuning slide I've ever seen, is about the same. Second valve is... looks like it's cut with a person who is cross-eyed. It is just awful. So I'm nitpicking, aren't I? I've bought an instrument that cost $50-something, and you don't expect it to be good. However, I question the mentality of a man or a company that can produce something like this and think, yes, I've done a good job today. The thing I was about to do next is play this for you, but the second valve has decided to stop working. So I need to now take that out and put some valve oil on it. Here is a brief tour of the condition of the second valve. Again, this mono coating that is supposed to be present is not. There's no way in the world that I will play this instrument with the mouthpiece that comes with it, just for my health reasons. So I've just got a generic Jupiter Cornet mouthpiece that I'm going to use here. And see what sort of sounds we get. So first, a harmonic series. Let's see if we can do a scale. Wow, that's atrocious! Judging by where the ports on the second valve are when you push the valve down, which you may not be able to see or not, they only line up about 50%. So even when you've got the valve pushed down, there's a minimal amount of air going through the valve. Okay, this is a fun yet serious instrument. Disagree with that completely. Featuring our fast and smooth valve action. And easy to play airflow. The sound is big. This horn is totally gig ready. So all in all, would I recommend this instrument? No. No, I wouldn't.